What's going on? It's your boy Adrian Armour, aka Kingston Robinson, and we are here to talk some video games. This is gonna be double A gaming. This is gonna be the first time that we talk about this. And right now, we gotta talk about this Avengers game. Now, if you want my full Avengers review, you're gonna have to go to my Podbean account. I'm gonna talk everything Avengers, if this game is dead or not. And the only reason why it would not be dead is because we are officially now into the first DLC of the Avengers era. We have Miss Kate Bishop. And can Kate Bishop save this entire game? Now, anyone that knows me knows that I've been following this game since the beta. I've been playing it since then. And yes, leaps and bounds, is far, far ahead of where it released from, but guys, I just don't know anymore. I don't know if DLC, I don't know if extra characters, I don't know if extra missions are going to be what saves this game. Now, let me get to the good stuff first. Kate Bishop, she cold. She is cold. Now, everybody that knows me, I main Black Widow. She's fast, she is agile, her combat is smooth, her reversals are smooth. So of course, Kate Bishop falls right into that playstyle when it comes to her sword, her bow and arrow, like all that. It's smooth, but the game itself just hasn't gotten better. If anything, it's now gotten even more buggy. Now I'm playing on the OG PS4, not the PS4 Pro, and I don't have the PlayStation 5 yet. So of course there's some optimizations that I miss out on because of that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, it just hasn't gotten better. They tried with a few patches and a few bug fixes to make the game smoother, to make the combat smoother. They even added a high contrast mode in the graphics setting to have you maybe have a peek to what it could look like on next gen. But I started to find out that when you use the high graphics mode, the high contrast mode, it actually is more buggy than when it is in the regular mode. It, so Marvel, we gotta talk. Square Enix, we gotta talk because this is not what we're looking for. We were not looking for it, and it's crazy because I go on YouTube and I see all these YouTubers and all these people praising, oh, Kate Bishop is exactly what we needed. We got our first DLC. Guys, we have a bunch of missions in a different layout. The same missions that we've already had. That's it. Nothing else is any different. And now we have Kate Bishop, who, like I said, feels and combat is cold. I promise you, it is. It makes me remember of how I felt when I first turned on the game and I was going through each character and I was feeling like a superhero. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling cool. But this just ain't it. Like, cause I know that with the extra new 20 to 25 new missions. Okay, cool. I know with that and with Kate Bishop, within a week, if I buckle down and play like I did when the game first came out, I'm done. Now what? I have my third character to be maxed out and sit around and wait for hopefully Hawkeye or hopefully Black Panther or hopefully Spider-Man in January or February. This this is getting rough. And I've always been so super optimistic to this game. I've been matter of fact, I was the guy of all of my friends to get all of my friends to buy this game so we could play it together. And I think that's when this game reaches its best point when you are in a chat with three more of your friends. You're going over here and you're doing all these missions and it feels dope. It feels great, especially when you do the tag team finishes and all that. But when it really boils down to it, the game itself has to get better. I can't convince anyone else to buy this game if the game doesn't get better itself. That's really the biggest point of all this. And I know at this point there's a lot of new users now because they suffered. They hit over 50% user drop between now people are going to pick it back up because of course this DLC is out. But they dropped heavily, and that's mainly because people were just done. Like, and not even done like fed up. They were done with the game. I know I got it released week and just blew through everything, and then things started to get boring because it was the same: hack this console, stand at this point, defeat this enemy till I'm done with this. How many times are we going to do that with the same characters until we're finished? And now it seems to be the answer to all those worries is, oh, we'll just bring in new characters, which is cool because they come with new missions. But how long is that going to last? The biggest benefit that I have with all of this is the fact that now I have a low level character that I can use when my friends decide that they want to play a mission or two, because that's how long it takes before you're like, oh yeah, we're kind of just playing the same missions again. You know, we'll play a mission or two and I can use her to level up because my Black Widow is almost maxed out. I've tried not to max her out so I don't just literally sit around bored or literally cakewalk through missions with my friends, and they don't even have the same enjoyment of trying to fight and trying to grind through these missions, because even with my reduced health, I'm literally just taking out these same robots, these same enemies with the same weapons every single mission. So that's really the best thing that I got. Now, when it comes to Kate Bishop, is no knock to her or the missions that are going on or her mechanics. Her mechanics are dope. Her superpowers are dope. Her skill tree is dope. There is nothing that is wrong with this character. There's just mechanics in the game that makes it suffer to enjoy. And through this whole time, you're watching gameplay of me actually going through and filling out Kate Bishop and seeing how her powers work. But I will say, in the second half of this video, you're going to see, like as of right now, you're going to see me in high contrast mode and things start to get a little weird. Your background's blurred out. Your items aren't loading. So now you can't even get to your secondary items for some reason. And then as you're going through the mission, you have black box over your your damage meters. You have black box over your teammates' nameplates. And it seems very unfinished, which is odd because you just got a big DLC update. You would think that we would get even further of a polished product. That's not the case. As of right now, it seems like it's oddly going backwards now. Hey, this may not be happening on PS4 Pro. This may not be happening on, other consoles. But I am playing this game on PlayStation 4. It is available on PlayStation 4. It should work correctly on every console it's available for. This is the first time that I am voicing any kind of negative critiques to this game. And it kind of pisses me off. So, Square Enix, I get it. You guys have been very close to the community. You guys have talked to some of these big YouTubers and social media people that have put out several reviews of this game, and that's cool and all. But when it comes down to things like this, you put a high contrast mode into the game, and as your players semi get excited about that, it literally makes the game less enjoyable. You put in a new character and you put in new missions, and the first time I loaded up a mission with Kate Bishop, she didn't even jump out of the helicarrier. She just stood there with the monologue with everyone else, and I heard her jump out, and I heard the little action music, and that was it. So it's like, whoa, what is happening to what is supposed to be? I mean, we're not going to get another Avengers game for a decade. It took so long to get this game together. It took so long to get the licensing and all of the things rolling. I remember seeing five years ago, maybe, the Iron Man screenshots of what I thought was going to be a new Iron Man game. And it ended up being the screenshots of this game, the development of this game. It's been 5 years later since I saw that. And here we are now, and we still don't have that game that we wanted. I still don't have that game that I want to load up every day, invite my friends to a party. But I can do that with Grand Theft Auto at any time. If I hit up any of my friends and say, yo, let's play Grand Theft Auto, and that game has been out forever, and you guys had the audacity to say that you are trying to make a game with the longevity of Grand Theft Auto. Now, look, GTA 5, when it first came out, the online was completely unplayable. I'll give you that. And the missions were very bare. and it was very hard to even get into a lobby, let alone stay in a lobby and, play those missions. So I get that sometimes when you release a game that wants to have this massive longevity, it's just not going to work as well as expected. But this right here, it's not on the scale of Grand Theft Auto. It doesn't have the map. It doesn't have the lobby size. You don't have to worry about 30 to 35 people in a lobby doing the same thing. We have a team of 4 people and a bunch of AI bots that literally all do the same thing. So to me, there's a lot to look at. There's a lot to break down. Like I said, if you want to hear my full review on the game and not just Kate Bishop, go to my Podbean account. I'll leave that in the description below. Like, subscribe, share this video. I just want to know down in the comments, do you enjoy playing Kate Bishop? Do you think that these missions and her being added to the characters, does this save the game for you? Does this make you feel like this game is going to have 4 to 5 months or more playability? Or is this another pick up, beat the DLC, and be done for a week and then have to wait several more months for the next thing? Now, Square Enix has put out several statements about how they're going to escalate this DLC release situation. We are supposed to be seeing characters as far as War Machine and, of course, Hawkeye himself. And then, of course, Black Panther and Spider-Man and going into next year and things of that nature. But who knows when we'll get them? Who knows how we'll get them? And who knows if the game itself, and that's my biggest takeaway with this. As much as I want to enjoy Kate Bishop, when the game itself just isn't hitting on all cylinders, it distracts me. It doesn't let me enjoy the sword slashing and the dodging and the smoke arrows and the grenade arrows. It doesn't let me enjoy that because I have to look at black boxes when I give damage to enemies. I have to look at black boxes around my teammates' names. I have to sit here and wonder, why did this turn all of a sudden so archaic when I turned the graphics mode into a supposed escalated graphics mode? So that's all I got for you. Like I said, full review will be in the description below. We're also going to talk Spider-Man. We're going to talk Assassin's Creed. We're going to talk a whole bunch of other things. And when you go to my Podbean account, you will find that I talk sports all day, every day, not all day, every day, every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. live. You can also be a part of that conversation as well. YouTube, I appreciate you. And until the next ride, Kate Bishop, I don't know if this was it.